Hey guys, Sinderock here, and today we are doing the second part of the 1.7 update. So let's start off with the blocks, and the blocks are stained glass, and I chose cyan because it's one of my favorite colors. So to make stained glass, you take 8 pieces of glass and place them around a one die. And you also have stained glass panes, which are made the same way regular glass panes are, but with stained glass instead of regular glass. So 6 stained glass, and that'll give you 16 stained glass panes. Another thing is that I forgot to mention in the biome part that there is now packed ice also, which can only be found in the in a new biome that I forgot to mention. The ice spikes plains, I think, or the ice plain spikes. I'll put an image of it in the video to show you guys. But there's also, let me find it over here. As you can see, coal and charcoal have now changed textures. So coal has its regular texture, but charcoal now looks a little bit blockier and has a little bit, makes a little bit more bulk, and it has little brown spots around it, I think, at least, or gray spots, whatever, to sort of differentiate between them. And also, in design, let me see, where are they? Here we go. Glass pane and iron bars are now able to go next to each other, because before, if you knew before, there used to be like this little hole or something because they wouldn't connect. And I think the same thing still goes for glass panes and fences. Let me see, fence, here we go. I think it still goes? Yep, it still goes. Like, there used to be this awkward hole here between glass panes and iron bars, but now there's not. They go together, so that's cool. The next thing is wood. So I forgot to also mention one more thing, that in the roofed forest biome, you now have a new type of wood called dark oak wood, which is exactly as its name entails, dark oak wood. And I placed all 6 types of wood together to show you the difference. And I did not believe this when I first saw it, but I didn't realize that all the rings have the same colors as the planks, and I kind of felt stupid after that. So now here you can see the slabs, the stairs, the blocks, and then the logs. And here's the acacia wood, or acacia, whatever, the dark oak wood, which has the same texture as spruce wood. If you look back here, they have the same texture, but dark oak wood looks more like oak wood, just has a similar dark texture as spruce. And that is all the wood. So over here we see the stained glass. So we have, over here we have the panes and the regular glass. So we have red, orange, yellow, lime, green, cyan, light blue, blue, purple, magenta, pink, white, light gray, gray, black, and brown. And I cannot believe I just said all of those without screwing up. That's pretty awesome. And I remembered all the names. So let's move on to the next section, which is fishing, which was a big part of this update. And we have 3 new fish: raw salmon, clownfish, and pufferfish. And if you cook a raw salmon, you will get a cooked salmon. As well, if you take a pufferfish and add it with some nether warts in your brewing stand, you can make a new potion called the Potion of Water Breathing, which allows you to, as its name entails, breathe underwater. So let's put the nether wart in here. And also a new update is that there are now 2 enchanted enchantments for fishing rods. So now fishing rods can be enchanted with Luck of the Sea or Lore. Lore allows you to catch fish more easily. Like, fish will spawn more when you have Lore, and Luck of the Sea will allow you to gain more treasures than anything else with fishing rods, because now, and I'll show you this after, let me see, yep, let's add the pufferfish, and let me show you over here. Let's go down here, down into this here, and as you notice there, before we go fishing, let me explain something. Another new dynamic is that when you drop down from jumps, a little puff of smoke will appear, and the higher you go, so let's say I go up about this high and drop all the way down, you get a bigger puff of smoke. That's pretty awesome. And now also another new sort of dynamic / animation is that water will start to spout up a little bit, or spout up a little bit, to show where fish are, which is much easier for finding fish now, so you know where they are. It's like, oh, whoa. See, now we must play the waiting game to see if a fish will come to my lure. Come along, little fishies. Oh, there we go. Ah, didn't make it. Alright, well, I'm determined to at least get something out of here. Come on. Bite, you little fishies. Up, see right there. Up, and see, look, I just got a fish. But if you fish a little bit more, you can also get junk or treasures. For example, you can get junk like leather boots, leather, glass bottles, I think paper, so stuff like that too. So it's more like real fishing. Hooray! Fishing in polluted lakes. That's awesome. Can I get some? Oh, let's see. Oh, and that time I got a salmon. So I mean, check that out. Look at that thing. All right. Now let's get back up here. And here we have the bottles of these potions. So now let me get creative for a second. Ignore all the commands over there. Ow. Alright, let's stick down here. Let's drink one of my potions. And bloop, here we go. And I think this might have been added, I'm not sure, but now if you drink the potions, they return to normal water bottles. So that's effective. Like, now you don't have to continually get water. Of course, it wasn't really a hassle if you built an infinite water source. But now, as you can see, my oxygen bubbles aren't going down. And I get this cute little thing over here with the little fish in the water for water breathing. So let's get out of here. Alright, and let me change my game mode back and get some milk. Let's get some milk. Alright, let's fly back up here. Alright. And let's put this stuff back, so let's just put this her and this here. Whatever. And let me just clear my inventory. Alright. And so, let's move on to the next thing, which if you saw from the decoration blocks here, you now notice that there are new flowers. A ton of new flowers. Which is pretty awesome. And sadly, I find this kind of sad anyway. They have replaced roses with poppy. But don't worry, roses are still here, but they're in that over there. So, let me just go down the line. So, we now have acacia saplings, which look like this. Dark oak saplings, which look like this, which look like regular oak saplings, but a little bit darker and thicker to simulate the thickness of the real, actual dark oak trees. We now have the yellow flower, which has now been renamed to dandelion. We have what looks to be the rose, but its thorns have been replaced by little sprouts, and it now has a black thing in the middle, which is a poppy. And the other flowers here is a blue orchid. This purple one is allium. I have a hard time saying that for some reason. Allium. This one here is called azure bluet. And then we have a variation of 4 different tulips. We have the red tulip, the orange tulip, the white tulip, and the pink tulip. And we have an oxeye daisy, but I'll probably just call it daisy. Then we have a sunflower, which has a really cool mechanic that it actually does face towards the sun, or where it rises. And these are all variations of tall plants. These were short plants, here are tall plants. So here we have sunflower, this is lilac, and then over here we have double tall grass and tall fern. To get double tall grass, just basically take some bone meal and place it on some grass, and you get double tall grass. Same thing goes with a fern, a large fern. Well, I was trying to think double, but it's actually just a large fern. So you can basically cut it down. But let me get the fern here and bone meal here. Alright, so what you do is just take a regular fern, bone meal, now it's a large fern. And the next plant is the rose bush, which replaces the rose. And the last one is the peony, which I'm not really sure if I pronounced that correctly, but it does sound funny, peony. Alright, and that does it for the flowers, and the last thing is, well, alright, so now we come to over here. Let's fly over here, because I put this way off because I couldn't stand the sound of it. As you'll notice, something big is going to be produced. Come on. Oh, the suspense is killing me. And if we look over this horizon, we see a giant nether portal, which I have built 5 times larger than a regular nether portal. So yes, a new feature of 1.7 is that you can now build nether portals in different formations. It doesn't matter, it only matters that you build them from the regular size scale of 4x5 to, I think it was 33x33, I'm not sure. But now you can build them any shape you want as long as it's rectangular or square. And this actually works, but I haven't seen any zombie pigmen come out, and I'd rather not go to the nether. So let us move on to the last thing, which is the commands. So now we make the long trip back, and actually we might as well show one of the new commands, which I have to say has been needed for the longest time. If you already have seen something like this, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is the sprint button Mojang finally added. Thank you! We are now finally able to just press a button. The only thing that sucks is that you still have to press the forward button, but that's just a little bit. So now if you press the forward button or the back button, no, just the forward button, sorry. If you press the forward button and then click left shift, you can now sprint. So that is so awesome. I wish it could just be one button, but it's okay just to have, just to press forward. And as you notice, I have my little donkey over here, which let us unchain, get on top. And the same physics apply to horses. So if you are on a horse and you're just riding along, if you press left control, the horse will now start sprinting. So now you have sprinting horses, and I jumped that flawlessly. Look at me jumping rocks flawlessly, or rather red sand. And that is something else I forgot to talk about, but I could just talk about it while I bring my horse over here, or donkey, whatever. Crap, I need a lead. Give me a lead. There we go. Alright. Let's bring you back up here. Red sand, just like regular sand, can be crafted or smelted into glass. Just regular glass, not red glass. Now, the only thing left is the commands, and that is in the options. So as you'll notice, the options menu has changed around a bit, but what I want to focus on is the super secret settings. So, with the super secret sorry about that, guys, some random pop-up came up. So, as I was saying, the last thing is the commands, and here we have the super secret settings, which alter your game's graphics. So, here we have normal graphics. By clicking this, we hear some sort of bleeding, or like a goat, I think, or an enderman, I'm not sure. But clicking it again will make everything sort of all blocky, which looks kind of weird. And is dropping the frame rate of my game, but it's all blocky. Look at me, I'm just, oh my god, I look hideous. Alright, let's get out of this and change, and you can only change it by clicking on here. So here we have a little bit more of an outline, so it's sort of like all the outlines have been placed in, and what the heck is happening there? Kinda wondering why there's like lines here, not really sure. Then we have like, sort of makes everything pop really. And then the next one is, wait, did I just, not sure, I hear something again, but the next one is pencil. So it makes everything look like it's drawn in pencil. Hey, look at me, I look like some kind of cartoon drawn in pencil. Look at this, everything's drawn in pencil. The oh wait, the blocks aren't really, well here they aren't, but when you look in here, my god, look at this. Put that in the wrong place, but whatever. Look at this, everything, even the sun. Even the sun. The next is, I think this is, this one makes the game look more vibrant. Like the colors are much more bright. And I think I see what it means. Like, I see my arm and it's a lot more bright. And so is some of the brighter colors. Like the orange down there is much more, it's so bright it hurts my eyes. The next is 3D. So, yeah, unless you have 3D glasses, it's kind of pointless. But just think about the possibilities. You could play Minecraft in 3D. But on to the next one, which is upside down view. So if you ever wanted to go upside down, here's the look for you. Can't even. So all the controls are basically inverted. So yeah, I hate this mode sometimes. It's pretty fun to look at, but I don't like it because it makes everything upside down. And here's one of my favorites, the invert color. So just what its name entails, everything is inverted in color. So if you ever wanted to see the invert of my skin, this is it. And I look kind of weird. Look like I'm kind of derping out here. Alright. But on to the next one, which is okay. I think this one's sort of like a surveillance camera. So if you notice, the entire screen looks like a TV, and the color quality and just overall quality kind of dropped, and that kind of sucks. So let's move on to the next one, which is similar to well, actually this one makes everything look like outlined again, but the choosing of the blocks doesn't exactly look as detailed. Like if you'll notice, it just looks sort of like clear lines. So it's not seen very well, but it does make the colors come out a little bit more. Makes the outline come out. The next one here, not really sure what this one does. Everything looks normal. Yeah. Oh wait, nope. There you go. It makes everything wonky. I feel like I just woke up after like drinking so long. So everything's moving. Whoa, man. Everything's moving. The colors are changing. Whoa, man. Whoa. Alright, I'm having too much fun with that. But I hear skeleton. And this looks again like a TV screen, but the quality's a lot more better. But the color is sort of like blander, because I guess it's more like on a TV screen. On to the next one, which is colorful outlines, and wow, this stuff looks weird. When you come in here, it looks normal. Then over here you can see it. Wow. Never noticed that's what my skin is made of. And look at all this. Look at my skin. Look at that. All the lines are just placed in. This looks pretty, it looks pretty cool, I guess. Wow, that's what these blocks are made of? Really? Alright, well, whatever. So on to the next one, which makes everything basically look like a, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's like an old game. It's like an old, not really a Game Boy game, but there is one like that. This one's more like, if you've ever heard of the game Wolfenstein, it kind of looks like that. Like the first, Wolfenstein. But on to the next one, which is the black and white one, which sort of makes everything look like it was made in the 30s. So we have here 1930s Minecraft, so hooray for that. Let's move on to the next one. And this is the one I was saying that sort of makes everything look like Game Boy, sort of. Has like the green screen, but it's similar to the one we saw before, just green screen, so yeah, everything's green. And the next one is just blur. That's all it is. It's just blur. Everything's blurry. I think I came to work today without my glasses, and that's why it looks so weird. It's all blurry. And this one, oh my god, this one, color warp. My god, everything is changing. Alright. Again, this one doesn't really look that bad. Not really, but it does change that it makes everything sort of look blockier until you get closer to it. Like for example, coming over here, everything just sort of looks blobbier. Like those colors over there, when you come over to see them, they become a lot more clear as you come closer, I guess. Like for example, over here you can see like it's getting blobbier as the farther away you get. So the closer you get, the more it looks like the regular block. But the farther away you get, it looks more blobby. And on to the next one, which sort of looks more soft, like all the edges have been taken away, and it's just soft. I think that's what this is. Yeah, it looks more like everything's soft edges. Safer for children. This one also doesn't seem to have anything different, unless this is this? Yeah, I think that was the original. And if you ever are stuck in one of these modes and you want to change out of it, like this one, just press F4 and everything will return to normal. And I think that about does it for the update. And I'll be sure to be on top of the next updates, which is, I think, Minecraft 2.0, I think? Not sure. But we'll see in the future. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you guys like this video, likes and favorites are appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.